Hi guys, it's Trisha, and this is my husband Cody, and we're going to talk to you guys tonight about last minute wedding planning and planning your wedding around the military, because our wedding is tomorrow. So, pretty much this is mostly about what a lot of us deal with, which is planning your wedding in extremely short amount of time. Ours was 2 months. We got married February 7th at the courthouse, and our wedding is tomorrow, April 5th. So, but we didn't know the date until a week and a half ago. We actually thought it was going to be last weekend, but we found out that Monday, right?
Yeah.
That Monday that it was not going to be that day. It was going to be today or tomorrow. So today we had our rehearsal dinner thing, and made us think of a lot of facts that we want to share with you guys. So as far as last minute weddings and having such a short time to plan, usually it's because we were waiting on orders. So it's either you're waiting on orders, you're waiting on leave, or you're just like, hey, let's go have a wedding.
Well, there's a couple different things that are gonna happen. Like right before you leave, when you find out you're going overseas, you're gonna go from you're supposed to get medically cleared, and that process takes way longer than they say it takes. You're going to send this packet home. Make sure you guys send that packet home the moment you get it. As soon as you get it, you send it home. It gets done, filled out. Whether or not you have the same last names or not, it doesn't matter. You fill out the information, you get it all done, you get it all sent back, you get it turned in. The faster you get that turned in, faster it gets approved by this board. You have to go in. It's kind of awkward. It's a real awkward conversation. They call home, whatever. Everything gets done. After that, then you just wait. It sends off to the base that you're going, and you wait. And the base will respond. Once the base responds, she either gets approved, hopefully, praying everybody gets approved. If they don't get approved, don't really worry. You'll get another stateside job somewhere. You'll just get a different base stateside. Then once you get approved, it moves on to waiting for your orders to come back, especially if she wasn't on your orders, or if she's not on your orders already. If you guys aren't already married. Even if you guys are married, then you have to wait for your orders to come back. To approve you to go to Kadena, because now you're approved. Now you have to cut orders for your approvement. So your orders get cut, then you're gonna, as soon as your orders get cut, you pretty much go home. You'll have a return no later than date. You'll get tickets, itinerary, all that. Everything else happens really fast, but it's gonna take a while. Seems slow. Just keep your heads up and roll through it.
I would highly recommend, if it's like an option for you guys, nobody cares, get married before the wedding. So much less stress.
Definitely. And if you, like, another thing about getting married before, especially if you're in tech school, if you decide to go, I'm gonna go home whenever, I'm gonna go home on wrap, or I'm gonna go home on leave, I'm gonna get married, and then we're both gonna go overseas. It doesn't work like that. If for some reason she were to get denied, you would be stuck overseas for 2 years, and she'd be home, and there's nothing you can do. Another thing about that is, if you do go home, you'll be there for about a month and a half before she'll get brought back over. So it could be even longer than that. So it's not worth it. If you can, send her up, have a little small courthouse thing, and then wait and have something like we are whenever you go home for leave.
We're still waiting for my passport, and I did that at like the end of February. And it's supposed to be done by now. So as soon as you get any paperwork, just go out and do it, because it's like, planning a wedding in such a short amount of time is so stressful, and then on top of that, you have all this paperwork that you have to do that nobody really tells you how to do it, and it's a big mess. So get the paperwork out of the way as soon as it comes to you in the mail, as soon as it gets handed to you, whatever. And of course, just not I can't even tell you how not having a date to set to tell everyone, like, hey, this is when our wedding is, because the reason we wanted to have our wedding now instead of when we come back from Japan is that was originally what we were going to do. We got married in February. We were going to wait a couple years and have the big wedding that we always dreamed of. And we're like, well, you know what? Life happens. And if you want to have a wedding, don't let anyone talk you out of it, because pretty much we realized, like, we can say we're going to save all this money for the wedding, and then something could happen that we have to spend that money. An emergency can happen. We could have to get new cars. Like, something can happen. And as much as we save that money might have to go towards something else. So just do it when you want to do it. And don't let anyone tell you otherwise, especially if you're paying for it yourself. It's hard to, like, spend all that money and, like, let it go. But no one can tell you what to do. No one can tell you, like, oh, you should wait until this day, or you should, you know, buy these flowers, or not have this centerpiece. Like, do what you want to do. I can't even tell you how much you should pay for it yourself, especially if you don't have a date. Because we didn't even know if we were going to have this wedding, because we thought his orders might come through and be like, oh, you need to go tomorrow. And that's really stressful too. So if you are doing the last minute thing, some of the options that you should keep in mind is places that you can do it. We're doing it in my backyard because luckily I have a huge backyard. So if you have a big backyard, your friend has a big backyard, grandma has a big backyard, I would recommend that. There's so much you can do with a backyard wedding that you can't do with a venue wedding. And like venue weddings are, yeah, they're nice, they're fancy, but you can really personalize and like romanticize your house. Like if you have a nice house, do it at your house. It doesn't have to be outside. You can do so much more with it, and it's so much more fun. So like while you're stressed out with all this stuff, you can sit down and like do this craft and like take out all your stress on it. And that's helpful. Also, our wedding, of course, falls on prom here in Florida. So all the florists and all the caterers and all that's already booked. So as soon as you have an idea of the possible dates, I think we had 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Start going and talking to these people and lock them in. Don't put a deposit down whatsoever. Even if you're like 99.9% sure like it's going to be this day, don't put a deposit down because you're screwed out of that money. So never sign a contract, never put a deposit down until you have a date.
Until he has orders.
Well, yeah,
Once
like the orders are in writing, signed off.
I was told so many times, this is when you be home, this is when you be home, this is when you be home. And as soon as you get orders, that's when it's true.
Exactly. An option for flowers that you have, because my florist that I really wanted was booked for prom. So, and he was really expensive. So we found you can order flowers in bulk online. They come in boxes. They're not dead in boxes unless you find someone really crappy, but obviously go with someone who's credible. We got ours from Sam's Club, which is like a Costco, a BJ's, any kind of wholesale grocery store. You're not going to find it when you walk in, but if you go on their website, you can find a whole bunch of flowers, and you'll save a lot of money, and again, you get to personalize it and do it yourself. Caterers, something that I thought about doing, but just actually one of the other girls at my work was doing, so I didn't want to do it. If you work at a restaurant, see if your job can cater for you, and that'll save money. If not, just find your local restaurant, your favorite one. That's cool. We have a fair that comes to town, and I love fair food, and they come in January. So if I got married in January, I would have loved to have like freaking corn dogs and deep fried Oreos and deep fried brownies and all that. And we would have done it, and he would have had no say in it. Mm-hmm. But yeah, pretty much a lot of us, when we're put in these situations, we have to gather our resources, and it's really just your best option is to do things yourself. It's a lot easier to be like to hire people to do things for you, but I know tomorrow, at the end of tomorrow, after all the stress that we've been through, we're gonna be like, hell yeah, we did this, and no one helped. We did it ourselves.
Something to not forget. Remember, you guys are in this together. You guys are gonna argue, butt heads. It's gonna be frustrating. She's always gonna win. The female, always. No matter what, she's gonna win. So you just kind of realize she's doing it. It wants to be her way. It's gonna save you more time to just suck it up and do it the way she wants it than try to argue and change it. Like it happened today with lights. It was like frustrating. Kept happening. I was just
so
like,
much better
all right, we'll do it. Took a long time. We did it, but she likes it, so that's all that really matters.
It's lovely. I'll post pictures. Also, as far as that, ladies, keep him informed. Like, I was telling him all kinds of things when he was still in tech school in Texas. Most of the time he's just like, sounds good. Yeah, babe, all right. But just keep him informed because it's his wedding too. So don't expect him to make any decisions really unless he wants to. Like, hey, I don't like that. But for the most part, just keep them informed so they feel included and that they can speak up if they want to. So when the wedding all happens, they're like, well, I wish I could have said something about that. I don't like that. But don't expect much help because they have so much going on wherever they are, tech school, deployment, just duty station, their jobs day to day. So, don't get too butthurt if they don't know what to tell you because they're boys. And they don't know the difference between ranunculus and ruscus and daffodils.
Or peach and orange or pink.
Oh my gosh, one of the colors is peach, and we had to get this peach, okay? We had to get...
That's pink.
That's definitely peach. But we had to... The guys have to have peach ties. Not him, he's going to be in his blues, but his groomsman had to have peach ties. And we went all over the mall, all over Men's Warehouse, everywhere. And they're like, is this peach? And it's orange. And then they're like, is this peach? I'm like, it's pink. And it's like, is this peach? And it's tangerine. Like, they don't know the difference. So don't pick peach. Just save yourself the trouble because, one, there's no peach ties everywhere you go. There's no peach ties. Like, we had...
an easy color like blue. There's blue ties for days.
Get blue. Yeah. Pick blue. Yeah. No.
There's more peach dresses than there are...
No, there's more blue dresses, but peach shirts. Like peach shirts for the guys. There's a lot more blue dresses for the girls, but we got peach dresses for the girls, so the guys had to wear blue shirts. But
okay,
details. I wrote more. Oh, also when it comes to paying for it yourself, I think I already said this. Don't let anyone tell you what to do because that just adds to the stress. Because like you want to make this person happy, you want to make that person happy. But at the end of the day, when you look back, it's your wedding. It's your wedding. So if you pay for it yourself, no one can tell you like, oh well, like they'll try to be nice and be like, I like this. I think you would look good in this, or this would look nice over here, and you're just like, shut up, shut your face. But you can't because they paid for it. So in this case, if you pay for it yourself, nobody can say anything to you, and you'll feel so good about yourself after. Like, I already feel good about it. It hasn't even happened yet.
And listen, another thing about getting married while you're in tech school, it's a lot easier to save up. You get a significant income raise. You can just start setting aside. You live off the same money that you were living off while you were in tech school or wherever you're at, and then just save the rest of it. Like, I saved a lot of money, and we ended up being able to bring all this together because of the extra money that we did make. Don't get married just because you guys want to make extra money. But if you are planning on getting married when you come home or when you get a break, whatever, when you go for leave, try to get married before, especially if you're in tech school. This is tech school only. I haven't been in operational yet, so I just got out of tech school, so I just know a lot about tech school. When you're in tech school, do it. Everybody there is going to be like, oh, you're getting married in tech school, you're so dumb, blah, blah, blah. Shut up. Don't ignore them, whatever. Do what you got to do. Get your stuff done. You can save a lot of money, come home, and have a great wedding.
I think it's a cool story to tell. Be like, yeah, I'm a mail order bride. I just flew out there, married him, flew back home. But honestly, it was like the perfect weekend. It was just us. Like, his dad flew out, my mom flew out, and my sister. But it was perfect. So and that's another thing. I was always like, why would girls get married in the courthouse? Like, they're cheating themselves of like the real deal. And it's like, honestly, like now that I've been in that situation, I think courthouse marriages are more romantic because it's just like you just want to be together and you don't care where, when, or whatever, and it's awesome. And I got a little teary-eyed. But honestly, I would really just suggest, like, if you're gonna marry each other, I'd really suggest getting married before the actual wedding, because actual weddings are so stressful. And there's been so many times where I'm just like, thank God we're already married, because I almost don't want to have this wedding. And so if I call off the wedding, we're already married. Doesn't matter. Because there'll probably be like 50 times that you want to call off your wedding. And there'll probably be 50 times you want to punch each other in the face. But you don't. And you work through it and you communicate. Which is another thing that's like helpful about being a milso, is that like you're already pretty good at communicating. You got good communication skills. So in wedding on top of that, you really put those skills to the test. You absolutely can plan a wedding far distance from each other, long distance, whatever you want to call it. We would have
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Getting married tomorrow. We did it.
But we would have like Skype dates where we would sit down and like go over the guest list and go over this, and I'd read him the food list, and you have to set aside time because you're both really busy. You're planning a wedding and going to work or school and dealing with your family, and he's doing his duty each day or going to school or deployment, anything. So you absolutely can do it. You gotta take it one day at a time. Set a time frame, like by this week we need to have the whatever picked out. Like obviously, like I said, if you don't have a date like we didn't, you can't be like, by this date we need to have a florist booked, by this date we need to have a caterer booked. Oh my gosh, visit multiple caterers, taste test every time. Don't just book a caterer because they suck. If you have the room and the patience and a big family, cook it yourself. Like, I know that sounds cheap, but it's probably going to turn out better than whatever some restaurant can cook. Unless you get, like, freaking the South Florida Fair to cater. Because that'd be so good. Corn dogs and cotton candy. And that'd be cool because it'd be like an all-American wedding because that's all American food. Just a tip. Because I wish I could have done that. So there's a good idea for you guys. Recruit anybody you can. My friend does hair and makeup. She's doing my entire bridal parties, hair and makeup. I know I'm going to be a bridezilla, so I'm going to professionals because I can be mean to complete professionals. I don't want to be mean to my friend. Keep your patience when it comes to family and friends. Unless they're just really trying to boss you around. In that case, be like, shut up, this is my wedding. But if they're just trying to help and you're frustrated, take a step back and be like, they're just trying to help. Because... You tired? Are you about to yawn?
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah, probably 3 times.
You yawned? I missed it.
Yeah, that's why it looks like my eyes are crying.
You're crying. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be okay.
Just make sure you guys are patient with each other, like I said. You guys are gonna get through it. You're gonna have a great wedding, great marriage, everything will work out.
Yeah, don't let this stressful couple months of planning your wedding let it define your, like, don't let it get to your head and be like, oh my gosh, what did I do? This is how our entire marriage is gonna be. Like, it's not. It gets better. Especially the day before. Like, the day before when you see everything starting to come together finally, you're like, yes, this is it.
And being in the military, it's not like anything else. You just kind of take orders, do it. That's it. That's all you gotta do. Especially being guys in a situation. I had even my father, he was telling me, the best word you can use are yes, dear. And because it's, the worst part is it's such a short time. So it's, you got all the stress you would normally have for a wedding, like...
Magnified.
Yeah, amplified.
Intensified.
Just a lot. You got a lot of it. All at once. And it sucks. It's not fun. But she got me to do this thing.
But, yeah,
so,
he thinks this Milsa stuff is silly, so...
No.
It's a big honor that we all get graced with his presence tonight.
It's a good thing. It is. I just mess with you a lot about it.
I know. But also, like, this is your one wedding, right, guys? So, don't let it, enjoy it. Like, you're only going to get to plan this wedding once, and you're only going to get to have one rehearsal dinner. And you have one wedding, and it's all going to go by so fast. Like, I can't believe I started planning this 2 months ago. And it's already tomorrow. So, definitely enjoy it. Because it's going to be over way too fast. And little details are important. So, start writing those down. I have so many lists. I have lists on lists. I don't even know where half my lists are. I'm going to find the lists after tomorrow. I'm like, oh, crap, I forgot to do that. But it's not going to matter because this is your big day. So whether you have been planning it, I actually started planning it before he even asked me to marry him. It was supposed to be a fall wedding. I don't know how I got stuck with a spring wedding, besides the fact that we're going to Japan. But whether you've been planning it for years in your head, I'm pretty sure all us girls plan it since we're like 4. Or if you have 2 months to plan it, just, make it everything you want to be. And enjoy that time with each other.
Have fun.
Definitely. Alright, guys. if you have any questions, we're going to be on for the rest of the night. Actually, he's going to probably leave eventually because he's not allowed to see me until tomorrow when I walk down the aisle. But,
if you have any questions for me, just send them to her. I'll answer them whenever. Tomorrow, probably Sunday, actually. It'll probably be on Sunday.
yeah, Sunday when we're hungover.
Yeah, maybe Sunday night or Monday morning.
Yeah. Maybe we're not hungover.
Maybe. I mean, if you want, just say drunk reply, and I'll answer him when I'm drunk.
I don't think we're going to be on Tumblr on our wedding night.
Well, maybe.
Maybe you're coming around?
No.
Alright, guys. Thanks for listening to us ramble about wedding. And seriously, if you have any questions about, like, how to save money, do it yourself. I'm big on do it yourself. I can't wait to show you guys pictures. So,
if you have any questions on how to give hints to a dude about buying a ring you want,
I'm a pro.
she's good.
Alright, guys. I can't wait to post pictures and share all our fun wedding stuff with you. Bye.